Hey guys, how's it going? If you're looking for new shoot-'em-up games, you've come to the right place. Today I bring you 10 new games that will make you feel like you're in the 90s. So without wasting time, let's start the list with Earthion, a two-dimensional space shooter developed by Ancient Corporation, a legendary studio known for classics like Streets of Rage 2 and Sonic the Hedgehog. Composed of 8 stages full of intense action, the game stands out for its visuals, frenetic gameplay, and special effects. The soundtrack, composed by the renowned Yuzo Koshiro, promises an immersive experience with 27 original tracks, transporting players back to the golden era of retro games. A physical cartridge version for the Mega Drive is also confirmed, demonstrating a commitment to retro authenticity. Earthion maintains the essence of classic side-scrolling shoot-'em-ups, requiring dexterity and strategy from the player. The game offers 4 difficulty levels, from easy to very difficult, guaranteeing a challenge for players of all levels. The controls are designed to resemble the traditional Mega Drive controls with 3 buttons. Power-ups are available to improve weapons and attack strategies, adding variety to the gameplay. Get ready to dive into the cybernetic chaos of Neon Abyss 2, the highly anticipated sequel to the acclaimed action and platform roguelike. Developed by Vivo Games, the title promises to elevate the experience of the original game, bringing new features that promise more adrenaline, challenges, and gameplay possibilities. One of the great new features of Neon Abyss 2 is the introduction of online cooperative for up to 4 players, allowing you and your friends to face the abyss together. In addition, the game enhances combat with a weapon system, offering a vast range of fighting styles, from melee combat with a stick or saber to controlling deadly plants or dragon-like creatures. The famous item synergy mechanic is back and even more insane, allowing you to combine an unlimited number of items to create unique and devastating builds with each game. Neon Inferno is a 2D run-and-gun action game with a vibrant cyberpunk aesthetic, developed by Xenovia Interactive and published by Retroware. The release is scheduled for October 1st, 2025, on PC and consoles. The game promises to be an explosive fusion of classics like Contra and Wild Guns, mixing side-scrolling shooting action with elements of gallery shooter, where the action takes place both in the foreground and in the background of the scenarios. The game promises to be an explosive fusion of classics like Contra and Wild Guns, mixing side-scrolling shooting action with elements of gallery shooter, where the action takes place both in the foreground and in the background of the scenarios. The plot unfolds in a dystopian New York of 2055, a city on the verge of salvation. 3 decades in the future, The metropolis is at war with itself, with criminal syndicates controlling 4 of its 6 districts and fighting each other and against the corrupt New York police for supremacy. In this chaotic scenario, a starting criminal family tries to establish its place and achieve power. Players take on the role of their deadliest weapon, fighting to dominate the streets and ensure the family's rise. Ranger Commando is an isometric shooter that draws inspiration from classics like Metal Slug, promising a frenetic and nostalgic action experience. Developed by a former developer of the Killzone franchise, the game focuses on fast and addictive gameplay without complex progression elements or roguelike mechanics. The aesthetic refers to the 80s, with pixel art graphics and a soundtrack that seeks to capture the atmosphere of arcade games of the time. The gameplay revolves around intense combat against hordes of enemies, using a variety of weapons and abilities. The player controls a commando, probably with the possibility of choosing between different characters or classes, each with their own weapons and fighting styles. The isometric perspective allows a strategic view of the battlefield, facilitating movement and tactical positioning to maximize damage and survival. The emphasis is on arcade action, with a focus on immediate fun and high scores. Deadly Days Roadtrip is an action roguelite that puts the player on a frantic journey through a post-apocalyptic world infested with zombies. The gameplay combines the frenetic action of an inverted bullet hell with the strategy of inventory management, requiring quick reflexes and careful planning. The 2.5D pixel art visual contributes to the game's retro charm, which stands out for its objective and fun gameplay. The journey in Deadly Days Roadtrip is unique with each game, with procedurally generated levels. The player needs to fight against hordes of zombies, collect items and experience to improve their arsenal and survive. Inventory management is crucial, as backpack space is limited, requiring the player to carefully choose which items to carry and how to combine them to obtain synergies and strategic advantages. The possibility of creating more powerful weapons and items adds an extra layer of strategy and customization. In addition to the main action, the game offers the possibility to recruit new characters, each with unique skills and weapons. This adds variety and replayability, allowing the player to experiment with different strategies and playstyles with each new game. Police Stories 2 is the highly anticipated sequel to the top-down cooperative tactical shooter, Police Stories. Developed by Hype Train Digital, the game promises new mechanics, challenges, and a completely new story, placing players in command of a decaying police district in the most violent area of the city. The emphasis remains on the tactical approach, prioritizing the resolution of situations without the excessive use of lethal force, rewarding intelligent strategies and precision in actions. The gameplay maintains the top-down perspective, a striking feature of its predecessor. Players will need to coordinate their actions with a partner, using a command system to direct the colleague's actions. The variety of police equipment, including cameras for observation under doors and explosives for breaching, adds strategic depth to the operations. The randomness in the disposition of criminals, hostages, and evidence guarantees high replayability, with each mission offering unique challenges and opportunities.
Take the door.
What the fuck? Drop your weapon!
Stay down.
Die, you motherfucker!
got me. Take me to the station.
Ball X Pit is a survival roguelite developed by Kenny Sun in partnership with Devolver Digital, scheduled for release in 2025 on PC via Steam, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox Series platforms. The game combines Arkanoid-style block-breaking mechanics, magical ball fusion, and base building, creating a unique and chaotic experience. The story takes place after the destruction of the city of Balbulon by a meteoric event, leaving only a deep pit full of dangers and treasures. Players take on the role of treasure hunters who descend into this abyss, facing hostile creatures with magical projectiles to collect riches and rebuild Nova Balbulon. The gameplay is centered on an innovative ball fusion system where players can combine more than 60 types of magical balls to create powerful and unpredictable synergies, encouraging constant experimentation. In addition to combat against hordes of enemies and imposing bosses in varied biomes, such as deserts, icy caves, and wild forests, the game offers a robust base building system. TerraTech Legion is the new title from Payload Studios, which promises to bring a twist to the TerraTech universe, combining the modular construction of vehicles with the frenetic action of bullet heaven-style games and roguelite elements. The game will be released for PC, and already has a demo available on Steam for players to experience the chaotic action and freedom of creation. At the heart of the gameplay is the block-based vehicle construction system. Players are challenged to assemble their techs with a variety of components, including wheels, thrusters, electric saws, and even orbital lasers. The choice and positioning of these blocks not only determine the appearance of your vehicle, but also how it moves, attacks, and defends. As you progress, new blocks and customization possibilities are unlocked, allowing for increasingly powerful and strategic builds. Escape from Duckov is a promising isometric shooter and loot game for a single player, developed by Team Soda and published by Bilibili, with release scheduled for 2025. The game stands out for its charming aesthetic and duck theme, offering an engaging experience with elements of action, adventure, and RPG. A demo of the game has already been released and has received positive reviews, generating a lot of expectation in the gamer community, with many comparing it to an Escape from Tarkov with ducks. The premise of the game puts the player in the world of Duckov, where after waking up from a strange dream, he needs to explore dangerous areas full of enemies to collect supplies. The main objective is to build and improve a hideout, transforming an empty basement into a functional base with medical stations, weapon depots, gyms, and a cozy duck nest. This base is crucial for progression, as if the player is knocked down in combat. He loses the items in his inventory, but a good infrastructure in the base allows for a faster return. Cleared Hot is a helicopter shooter with light tactical elements, which seeks to bring the nostalgia of classic helicopter shooters, such as the Strike series from the 90s, but with a modern twist. Developed by Not Knowing Corporation and published by the renowned Microprose Software, the game promises a satisfying and physics-based aerial combat experience. The release date is scheduled for 2025 on PC via Steam. The gameplay stands out for its fully physics-based action, allowing players to interact with the environment in creative ways. You can shoot, dodge, and command your squad across the battlefield. An interesting mechanic is the ability to use a rope and a magnet to collect virtually anything on the scenario, from ammunition and health to enemy vehicles, or even redirect guided missiles. This adds a tactical layer where you can use the environment to your advantage, throwing stones at enemies or transporting tanks to assist your troops. Well, that was the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you next time.
Okay, maybe my reflexes aren't what they were, but I'm pretty sure I'm more than make up for that with wisdom? I don't know. Something. All I do know is that I was born to fly this bird, and after 20... Wait, how long ago was... God damn. After a 30-year time out, I'm well rested and ready to roll. Some people might call this a midlife crisis. I call it a midlife opportunity. When opportunity knocks, I'm the guy that...
Altitude.
I'm that guy. You'll see.